progressive points for the weekend, so he's a little bit of a mixed grid.
Yeah, thanks, Matt. Obviously, the race results yesterday, we had a little bit of a penalty there for Josh Smith, but he's still starting P2. And, you know, Jim Pollicina, he'll be the one to watch here. He's still back further than where he qualified after that spin in race 1. But 6 tyres for the guys to use this weekend, and it'll just be a matter of who's using the best set this race, I think.
Good to see Matt Charter back in the field. We didn't see him make it out for race number 2. Yesterday had a fuel surge issue with the Cavalier Holmes entry. He'll start towards the back with the Anthony Lechalpo car. It's Chris Smurden disappearing back into the paddock here by the look of it before the race has even started. So the Irwin Tools car, the ex-Stone Brothers car, heading back into the paddock area. Long way to come for no result.
Yeah, it's a bit of a shame. He's obviously got a problem, but...
He was due to start. As you can see, that empty grid space next to Tyler Greenberry's been impressive this weekend as well. Pollicina has had the passing points award this year. If we had any, green flag waves at the back, and we get set for the final race of the weekend. Douglas and Smith, how it's been since Friday morning. It's a long hold, fairly even from the start. A car stalled, it's Jason Heck. And the yellow flag's out fairly swiftly, and Heck's going nowhere.
Might have a problem there. Hopefully he can get it off the line. We don't end up with a safety car, but Taz away.
Look at Smith, he's dropped 2 positions already. There goes Michael Anderson in the Kenwood Holmes entry, taking to the grass on the infield. So now Jason Heck has all the work to do.
Yeah.
Don't think he's left the grid. No, he hasn't. There's our tow vehicle. That's a shame because he's had a good weekend up to this point.
Yeah, recovery crew trying to get it out of the way as quick as they can to avoid a safety car. But Josh Smith, I'm not sure what happened there. He got away really well. He's back in 4th.
Wonder what happened on the run down to turn number 1, perhaps. It opened the door up for Tyler Greenberry and Jim Pollicina, who come through. He had several spins in the first couple of races. There's Matt Charter. And the silence of car number 5 as it gets towed away. Jason Heck, the Haymans Virginia Falcon. His race is over. But Taz Douglas, he's starting to clear out.
Yeah, he's making advantage of his skill on this first lap here, just pulling as much of a gap as he can. I spoke to Taz earlier. He's just trying to manage his tyre bank because obviously you carry 2 tyres over to the next round to allow for your 6 allotted tyres. But he's managing his tyres and just pulling his gap. Oh, another car off.
And that's Brendan Strong. Coming back onto the circuit, right pretty much in front of us here. That's over on turn number 10 on the exit. So he goes to the back of the field. It's Taz Douglas, and that's at a massive margin after 1 lap. It's nearly 2.5 seconds. The guy's looking to take the clean sweep this weekend. It's only been done 4 times in the history of the Kumho Tyre V8 Touring Car Series. And now Josh Smith turns up the wick in car 14, gets past Pollicina.
Yeah, Josh obviously had a bit of an issue on that first lap, so he's got pace, but it'll be interesting to see if we get a replay of what happened.
It's going to be weird track conditions as now. This is the Lechalpo car coming through, the sister car to Pollicina's entry, down into turn number 4. These are the first cars out on the track. Now here's a replay of the start. Watch Smith, left-hand side here. We know that Heck doesn't go anywhere, and well done for the rest of the field to avoid him.
Yeah, so Heck actually propped there and then stopped, so I'm not sure what happened, whether his starter's not working again.
They're easy to stall, aren't they?
Yeah, so he stalled it himself, obviously, but now his starter's not working, so unfortunate for him.
And this is what happened while we were watching Jason Heck's car. So, yeah, Smith just didn't get the proper line into turn 1 and 2, and that allowed Greenberry and Pollicina to get through. And there was the Kenwood Holmes Falcon taking to the grass. Started off very good for Anderson, but not so in the final couple of races. And this was contact down here between Emmazides and Strong in the 75 Holden.
Yeah, just a little bit of a racing incident there. Had a look up the inside and got squeezed. Probably a little bit of a late dive, but he'll press on. Josh Smith there just got caught out at the start. Left the door open and sort of a bit of inexperience there. He probably could have been a bit more aggressive, as everyone avoids the stalled car there on the grid.
What's it like when you see a car like that coming through the field? I mean, you just don't have time to think, do you? It's just impulse.
Yeah, you've obviously got to rely on the flaggers to have the flags out, but typically you're looking forward. So I've slammed into the back of a stall car once in the development series. Tony D'Alberto pulled out of the way at the last second, and by the time I realised what he was doing, there was a stopped car in front of me and made heavy contact. But that's part of motorsport, I guess.
So lap 3:15, we're going 5 laps longer than the first 2 races of the weekend. And then the first race cars out on the track, and even though we've had 2 days of racing, the track will be different to yesterday.
Yeah, definitely, it's quite cool this morning. A bit of a breeze. It's definitely going to be a quicker sort of track at the moment. Taz has taken advantage of that. He's just beaten his lap record from yesterday, and he's out to 4.7 seconds now.
Tyler Greenbury, if it stays this way, will end up second overall for the weekend, and Douglas will continue to lead the championship. These guys are going to join us at Queensland Raceway later this year. It's part of the Kumho Tyre Australian V8 Touring Car Series. You're watching Policina, Wright and Matt Charter, who's carved his way through the field nicely up to 6th position.
And Taz is pushing really hard. He did say he had his better tyres for this last race, so just knocked his lap record again and pulled more of a gap. We're at 5.7 seconds, another second in that last lap.
So we're working lap 4 of this Kumho Series race. Let's head down to pit lane, and Greg Rust.
We're down here. Matt, you're looking at a lot of the older generation V8 supercars out there. We're down with the new championship leader, Scotty McLaughlin's car. They're just putting the finishing touches to a new throttle position sensor on this car. So no big issues, the boys say, during the race yesterday. They've changed it. Hopefully it'll be all good for qualifying this morning.
Thanks, Rusty. Down the lane, those guys got qualifying coming up soon, and small issues like that can create big problems later on.
Yeah, it's always the $10 part, but dodgy throttle position sensors can wreak havoc on a driver. You know, you normally get to 100%, and it doesn't like that last 2%, so you've got to drive at about 98% throttle, which is hard to manage when you're pushing hard and trying to get the most out of the car.
We're watching this battle still go now. While that was happening, Matt Charter finds himself in 5th position. He's very strong. He's been tackling the Dunlop Series for the past couple of seasons in the ex-Scott McLaughlin car from a few seasons ago. He won the Development Series Championship in, but looks very at home aboard this BF Falcon.
Josh Smith.
Right on the back now, Greenbury, isn't he?
Yeah, he's definitely more pacey. He's just going to have to pick his moment here. I was talking to Andrew Jones yesterday. Obviously, he's coaching Josh, and he's very impressed with this young guy, trying to groom him. Josh has got his plan, obviously, to move from here to Development Series, and then obviously main game. That's his ambition. So he's got all the right people behind him, and Andy said, you know, he's a keen young guy and willing to learn.
And Tyler Greenbury too is looking very impressive this weekend. A 3-time Australian karting champ right down the middle of the road. So he knows he's under pressure. From the man from Townsville, we jump on board with the AHS Holden to the Gumtree section of Winton Motor Raceway.
And yeah, just on Josh there, I'm talking to Andrew Jones yesterday. Obviously, Taz is more experienced than most of the guys out there, but Andrew was actually commenting that it's a good thing for the younger guys to have something to aim for, not just be out there. You know, obviously, if Taz wasn't out there, these two guys would be way out in front. So it's good for them to learn and see where they're behind. But, you know, Taz obviously really, really strong out there at the moment. 7.3 seconds the gap to Tyler.
That's a pretty handy car, this number 14. This is the one that Andrew Jones drove for the past couple of years in the Development Series. It's been in the Brad Jones Racing stable for around 5 years now. So the car's had some miles, but a proven winner too.
Yeah, look, Miles, obviously it's a newer car than the one in front of him, but 5 years is a good stint for a car. But most of the cars out there have got some age to them, and as long as you've got the right crew screwing them together and maintaining them, they'll still be a quick and competitive car.
So this battle continues on. Meantime, Taz Douglas, 7.2 seconds ahead. This is a battle for second on the podium, though. So there's a lot playing in this battle. There's your leaderboard. They said 7 seconds between the leader, Douglas and Greenbury. It's been flirting around the top 3 all weekend. Simon Emazidi's up to 7th now, and young Jack Sipp out there in the Unichip Holden runs in 8th.
Yeah, I actually went and saw Jack yesterday, struggling a bit with understeer yesterday in his car, and a bit of an unfamiliar car with him. He's going to have a different car come the next round. He's going to an ex-Paul Morris car, so but he wasn't real sure about the roll bar in the car he's currently.
Oh, no, this is Policina. I see the right front rubbing then. Is there contact maybe, or
suspension failure maybe on that right front?
Yeah, it's towing out on the right front. Oh, what a shame. That car has been so strong at the start. He's had a couple of spins and was looking good there for a top 5 result.
Yeah, broken upright or something from the looks of that.
He's limping his way back to the pits. There is Jack Sipp going past, the son of Tim Sipp, who was a privateer back in the days of V8 supercars. Back down to turn 1 and 2, second and third. Absolutely heating up here as we're almost halfway home at Winton Motor Raceway today. Taz Douglas has smashed the lap record here, 123.67. And that's now nearly 7/10 quicker than the previous record, funnily enough, just yesterday. Now, what's happened here is he hit the curb. Has this been a failure on the way in? There's been no contact, has there?
Failed, yeah. Top pin on the upright. Common problem if it either hasn't been maintained or he's had contact at some other stage and it hasn't been checked. But unfortunate for Jim, he's been reasonably quick this weekend but had some bad luck.